welcome back to Squealing Guitars. I'm Jack. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Ones We Love. We've got a spectacular guitar to show you today. It's a PRS, I'll give you that much. Let's get straight into it. So this is the Meola PRS. Now, Meola is a bit of a virtuoso of his time. He's quite well recognised for his sort of classical palm muting style of playing. He's got Italian heritage. He also plays a lot of classical guitar and electric guitar. And Al's been very good friends with Paul ever since the early days when Paul started building guitars, and this was one of the first signature guitars that Paul Reed Smith ever built, even before the Santana series. So when Al came to Paul with this, obviously the various design that he wanted, he was quite concerned with how he wanted to finish. He really wanted like this rainbow effect, like going down the guitar. We know this is the Prism finish, but Paul at the time, whilst very excited about the concept, did think there might be some drawbacks as to whether he could like mass produce this finish. But you know what? Paul nailed it, as you can see. Now, there isn't a lot of these guitars on the market, but the ones that I have seen, even though the finish does look great, they do tend to be a little bit blotchy in areas. So instead of the actual colours gradiating into one another, they tend to be sort of more like strips. So I could understand Paul's concern when he said that it was going to be like quite hard to produce on a large level, because as you know they stain these finishes, so having to blend each individual colour into each other was actually quite a hard task. But this is a really nice example. Like I said, I've seen other examples which are quite blotchy and don't have half as a nice top as this. So yeah, this is a really nice example. Great top, great sort of feathering into each other. The colours feather really nice into each other. So moving on from the finish, we've got a killer set of pickups in this. So we've got some 5708s. Now 5708s were originally designed in 2008, as the name suggests, and they were designed on sort of like 50s era of pickups. So they're quite path sounding, they're quite bright, quite crisp. They do lack that sort of like grunge, sort of like metal tone that you would get from a different era of pickup. But they suit Al Meola really well in his style of playing. I can see why he's chosen pickups for his guitar. So in addition to the pickups, you've got 6-point sort of standard style PRS tremolo. You've got push-pull pots here as well, which is rather nice. That's a bit more sort of like tonal variety. You've got a rosewood fretboard, but not only rosewood. You've got what they refer to as coca. I think it's pronounced coca-cola, which is like a Mexican area of rosewood. So offered something a little bit different at the time for PRS. You've also got his custom neck card, which I believe is designed off an earlier Gibson which he had at the time, and it is really comfortable. It's a bit more sort of wide fat, I would say, than wide thin. And you've got on the back of the headstock, you've also got some open grommet tuners there, which always look cool. So the other cool thing about this guitar is the inlays. Now these are actually referred to as Jaybird inlays. So they've got like an abalone shadow, and then they've got like these bronze centres which look really, really cool. Something that you usually find on a private stock, if I'm honest with you. So it's really high specs as well. So condition wise, this is really clean. Upon close scrutiny you might find a very, very tiny impression here and there. Your odd sort of like clear coat swirl, but otherwise really clean. I'm sure most collectors will be happy with the condition of this one. But you've got the original case. Paperwork wise, you've got some quite cool paperwork with this one. You've got a magazine from when it was originally purchased. You've got all the original sort of hang tags and owner's manuals. So how does it sound in Ben's hands? I'm sure it sounds very good, but let's go and check it out. watching our video on the PRS LD Meola. Really enjoyed talking about this one. Quite an interesting guitar, so there's a lot to talk about. It sounded great on the amp also. If you